Yes. Should we be afraid about AI?
So with every new technology comes some issues. And while some of these issues, I mean, for building projects and where mistakes can be, I mean, particularly disastrous, we've seen where AI that we use locally or in our small spaces has resulted in, I mean, major errors. I think there was a day I was asking AI for something and it just gave me something totally wrong, and I challenged it immediately and went back and forth. So it's artificial intelligence. It's not total yet. It's a combination and a feedback of what you put into it. I think back to the, what do they call that drug, thalidomide, or the one that resulted in several birth defects and so on. Thalidomide, yes. We're not medicine. We cannot say medicine is bad, but if you launch a drug and it doesn't go through the right testing and processes, then there are going to be consequences, negative consequences. So we must always put this in mind. When you use Google Maps, for example, if you know you're going north and the thing is taking you south and you keep saying, yes, but it's telling me, because I've seen people that rely on technology to that level, they just continue saying, but it's telling me this. And I say, yeah, but you can see it's not telling you that. When you go to a site and you have a survey plan and the survey plan tells you east is where the road is, and you look at the sun and you see it's morning, the sun is on the other side. Which one are you going to take? So artificial intelligence does not mean we should abandon our own intelligence. We use calculators every day, yes, but we still know that 2 and 2 can be 6. So I think these are just some of the things that strike my mind. Also, security. We're in an environment now where there are no secrets. Everything goes online, private designs. Before, if you're going to offices, architects' offices, I mean, where the drawings are made used to be like a backroom place, because I'm working on your design. I don't want somebody else to come in and see the ideas and where my vault is in the house and so on. But, with so much going online nowadays, one has to be very careful. So I think these are just some of the things that come to the top of my mind.
Thank you. Okay, starting with the collective. So what do you think are the biggest benefits or at least that you can see so far? Biggest benefits, maybe to your practice, what are the biggest benefits?
So I would say the biggest benefits for me is time saving, especially for non-critical tasks. I've seen AI help me as a person and help practice to do a lot of things faster. Like I said, especially things that are repetitive, things that are non-critical. For instance, there are times when you need to respond to an email in great detail. But now just talk about administrative tasks. So you need to respond to an email, you want to couch it a certain way, you want to filter it, just make sure that you're angry at the time you're responding and all those type of things. You write it in that angry way, then you ask AI to clean it up, make it professional. And I've seen it save me a lot of time, because those are emails and maybe you have to spend a lot more time thinking through, or letters and things like that. I've seen AI help filter through long piece of information. There was a time we were working on a project and we needed to search some codes, and we had AI just filter through several pages thick of codes and help us extract key information that we could immediately apply to a project. We've also seen a time we were working on a design competition and we just needed to just we have the models done, and we needed kind of just have an idea of possibilities for the facade. And even though we ended up designing it ourselves, but AI just picked it up several options that we just look at and say, well, are there a few things we can, are there a few things we can learn from this? Are there a few indicators of ways we can solve some of the problems we're doing? And I'm aware that we're just barely scratching the surface, right? I'm aware that we're just barely scratching. So, but I think the biggest, like I said, is the ability to save a lot of time with work. And then even the ability to prepare for certain things at short notice. For instance, maybe you just had you were called at short notice to prepare for an event, and you just needed ideas of things to talk about on the topic, and because from AI just lists out options, things that would have taken days and many more people to figure out. So I think of it like obviously that's what it is. It's a revolution. And if you look historically at many of the other revolutions in history, one of the biggest things they've always done is to be able to do things so much faster. The airplane, the automobile, and I think AI is another of those things that allows us to do the same things we're doing, but many times faster. And sometimes with accuracy. You're having increased speed without losing accuracy. So that would be some of the immediate benefits. And I'm aware we're just barely scratching the surface. So for us, next year will be one of my major priorities next year is to invest more time studying, reading, understanding it. I found Crystal's comments that you shouldn't be afraid of AI. And to be honest, I've been somewhat afraid of it, but I'm more and more embracing it. We should be afraid of someone who is using it, right? And so I know that AI presents an opportunity to reshuffle the landscape. And so I think those who embrace it quickly will move further ahead than those who are reluctant or skeptical or doubting that it's here to stay. And lastly, I'll say that the truth is that AI is here to stay. I don't think we're going to go back to the days when we didn't have AI. So we might as well get into it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The next question is for you. So how do you think that associates our work from work generated by AI? How do you think we can develop? And what do you think will be the ways in which we can differentiate ourselves? Yes.
That's a bit of a tough one because for someone that isn't quite pro AI, like I said, I'm quite skeptical because for controls. I think it's important that we have control over whatever it is that we choose to do. With AI, I think, for instance, we talked about you do a design, you have your ideas, and then AI helps to enhance it. But where do you draw the line between where it is your own thoughts and the influences of AI itself? Like we said earlier, with the algorithms, most of this information that's in the system is based on other countries, their own designs, their own requirements, and so on and so forth. So I think the more we're able to create those algorithms in Nigeria or Africa, when we're putting in our own thoughts, our own design, whereby we're mindful of what our climate is like, areas that get flooded, excessive heat, do we really need to use so much glass, and so on and so forth. So I think as Nigerian architects, we need to be very mindful of not just dubbing what's out there, but look at our environment more and make sure that, our designs are not causing us problems down the line. How efficient, is the building. I mean, someone had talked about the softwares helping you with the orientation of your design, whereby you know where you might get more air, more light. So I think the more we input, our own preferences into the whole bigger database, I think the more positive we would involve. So I hope that covers it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your response. Thank you. And lastly, I will ask Bothering, what policies do you think you're going to be putting, measures or policies you're going to be putting in your organization for yourself, as an individual, and then for your organization as a whole to sort of navigate AI, the way you use it in your organization and in your output and in learning and all of that. Okay, just small, no, not too long. Just
In terms of policies, okay, I want to look at how AI is used, how it improves your accuracy and safety judgment in that regard. So when you're talking of what policies, okay, policies you can put in place are like training of personnel. Ensure that your personnel are trained to be compliant in the use of AI in a fluid way, whereby they can, because like AI is what they input, is what it gives you. But based on backdrop of their own foundational knowledge and training, they can use that as a guide to modulate and moderate what the AI tool gives them per time. So it's not as if AI is like, whatever it comes out, that is what I'm doing, or that's what I'm taking. But we're saying that with your own background, your own educational background in, let me be specific, in the ACE now, you can use that to moderate what comes out from AI as a tool. For me, over time, AI has become my what you call personal assistant. It's your personal assistant. So over time you use AI, you now find that collaboration between human and machine. You now find your grace to express yourself through machine learning. It delivers what my colleague here said on the pro. It delivers your product, your services with time-saving expressions. There's something I looked at here. Policies in the sense that it helps you better manage your product. For scheduling to logistics to cost prediction, AI helps reduce overruns and improves coordination across your team. So I don't know if I spoke well to the policies you are talking about in that regard, but for me, AI is my go-to person. If you're going to work with me, you must be AI compliant. You must, that's one policy I will put in place. That if you're going to collaborate with what we do, you must be AI compliant. You must be on top of your game as per AI. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us. And I didn't acknowledge the people who joined us online before. But thank you very much. Yeah, I release you. Thank you. So thank you.